you hold my hand, look me in the eyes. You and me, yeah, that's all I need, and I'll be alright. I'll be right here. I swear that I'll stay here with you. Hold me closer. I wanna stay here with you. All that we have is each other now. I promise I won't leave your side. Be who you are and you'll be enough. If you're giving me your love, giving me your love.
You ready for school?
Yes.
Okay.
Bye, Mom.
I love you.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye, Mom.
Bye. It's been a couple hours since I got that random clip dropping London off at school this morning. But we are headed out to drop Christopher off at the airport for him to fly back to Indiana today.
I can take you out. You'll be mad when I have to put you back in. Take you out. Love you. You. Take you out. Go back to work. You want a hug? Love you. Love you. Be good.
I'm so tired. Physically, mentally, emotionally, so tired. Like, no solution tired. gas for only $2.65 a gallon. I wish there was just an easy fix for this. There's not. It's like it just gets harder and harder every time. Once again, it has been hours since I've filmed anything. After the airport, we went back home and I just tried to get a couple things done that I needed to do today, and then ended up just like sitting around trying to rest before it was time to get in London. I should have tried to take a nap. I wish I could have tried to take a nap. By the time Jace fell asleep, and then Ashlyn ended up also falling asleep, she threw a fit and then laid on the couch and fell asleep. By the time they were both asleep, it was too close to time to leave to come pick London up for me to even attempt to take a nap, because it would take me too long to fall asleep. And I'm just the kind of person, like a 30-minute nap is gonna make me feel worse than if I have no nap at all. I don't like having like quick little naps. Like if I nap, I need a good like 2-hour nap. And even then, I just still don't really like naps. They always end up making me feel worse. But yeah, the cherry on top of everything today is like we're all also getting sick. London, it started with London just being stuffy, and then Jay spiked a fever the other night and he started getting really snotty, and then I started to get a sore throat, and now I'm like getting all messy. Like my nose is all stuffy and like you can hear me, right? And now it seems Ashlyn's also getting stuffy. So yeah, we don't feel great. I definitely don't feel great in any capacity. Like I'm so exhausted, I'm so tired, and being sick is not gonna help that at all, obviously. So I imagine we're probably going to have to skip dance tonight. I just don't think any of us feel up to it. Like, Jace has been the only one to actually get a fever, and I don't really know what to do about sickness with London. Like, if it's just a little head cold and like she doesn't have a fever, am I supposed to still send her to school? Because like they can only have so many absences and kids are gonna get sick. So it's like, do I waste these absences on a little cold and like no fevers, or what? Because kids get colds all the freaking time. There's an ambulance here right now. I got to the school like a little bit extra early because my thing is they don't get out until 2:30, and the line doesn't really even start moving until closer to 2:40. Because like they let all the walkers out first, and then like I don't know if they start like loading the buses first too or what, but it takes them a minute to start like getting the car riders out. I usually try to leave the house around 2. I left closer to like 1:45 today. I usually leave the house around 2, and I'm usually like, you know, here pretty early, and I just have to sit here for 30+ minutes waiting for school to be out. But it's I'm a bit further in the line today than I usually am. Usually I'm probably like, I don't know, 10 cars further back. So I usually get here, I don't know, probably about 20 cars in. Lately is when I've been getting here. So it's like, then we just all sit and wait for like 30 minutes, and then you gotta wait your turn to get to the front. But my thing is, you have 2 options. Either you get here super early and then you just like sit here parked waiting until school lets out, or you get here later when the line is longer, and then you have to spend the whole time inching, you know? Like if you're in the back of the, cause like by 2:30 the line, like it wraps all the way around, and then it goes out to the street, and then goes all the way down the street, almost to the curve. Well, actually around the curve back there. So it like wraps all the way around, and then if you're in the back of the line at like 2:30, then you just have to spend the whole time inching car by car until you get to the front. And in my mind, it seems easier to sit parked for 30 minutes and then, you know, inch a little bit here and there. Yeah, I got here a bit earlier than usual, so I'm kind of up in the front of the line, and like people were rushing around, and like we all had to back up out of the way to let this ambulance through. It's not really something you want to show up to your kid's school with. Like, I know that has to suck. Whatever's going on, hopefully isn't anything like serious, because like showing up to your child's school and like everyone rushing and an ambulance showing up and like, you know, potentially not knowing if it could be your kid or not at first, to me it just feels easier to like sit here parked for 30 minutes and then, you know, have to inch forward about 10 or so cars and then be done, versus I feel like it's more annoying if you get here later and then have to spend the entire time inching. It would probably take the same amount of time too. If I were to get here at the end and be like at the back of the line, it would probably take about the same amount of time. So it's either spend 30 minutes parked or spend 30 minutes having to inch forward like bit by bit the entire time. So I choose to just get here earlier and then have to sit here and wait. I really need to get a new book. Like, obviously I don't really have much to do and the service kind of sucks. So like even being on my phone is difficult because nothing wants to load here. I need to start a new book. That way I could just sit here and read for 30 minutes. Which again, if I were to get here later and have to be inching the whole time, you know, then I'd have to be paying attention to my surroundings to make sure I'm moving up and not hitting anyone. So that would make reading harder, whereas if I get here early and I'm in park, I don't have to worry as much, so I can just read for 30 minutes. But I haven't been reading lately. For some reason I keep getting stuck reading series. Like I started a book, the audiobook was the first book in another series, but I don't have more credits to get the next book. So it's like weird like to just stop after the first book in the series for now and then eventually come back and like finish the series. I don't know. I also have one more book from the series I was reading before that. Like I read like 3 or 4 books out of the series, and then I have the last book downloaded and I just haven't started it yet because I just haven't really felt like reading lately. And whenever I get here, London's like at recess. Like she has recess the last 30 minutes of the day, so depending on when I get here, I can just sit and watch her at recess. The plan was, you know, the kids have dance tonight and then we were going to pick up dinner afterwards. But again, we're probably going to have to skip dance tonight. But I still ain't cooking dinner. I can't. I do not have the mental capacity to cook dinner today, especially if I wasn't originally planning on cooking dinner. I don't have it. I mean, I could like have stuff out for dinner, but I'm not. But I haven't cooked in so many days either. It's ridiculous. I haven't cooked in like, today will be the 5th night that I don't cook dinner. Saturday we went out to eat for London's birthday. Sunday was her party, so like, you know, we ate at the party, which, I mean, I kind of cooked, but I kind of didn't cook. Like, my uncle did the grilling and I like did all the other prep stuff, but it wasn't like truly cooking dinner, you know? It was kind of like eating out in a way. And then Monday, I was supposed to make breakfast for dinner. Y'all probably don't care, but I'm just ranting, obviously. I do that a lot. Monday, I was supposed to cook breakfast for dinner. I didn't go grocery shopping. I was supposed to go grocery shopping Monday, but I was like exhausted and didn't feel like it and decided I'm gonna go home and go back to sleep after I drop London off instead of going to Walmart. I was like, I have what I need tonight. I'll just go to Walmart tomorrow to get groceries instead. And then dinner time comes and I realized, wait a minute, I actually don't have everything I need. I only have 3 eggs. We need eggs. And Christopher had gone to the gas station, get drinks right when I was about to cook dinner, and I texted him and was like, does the gas station have eggs? And he's like, no. And then he didn't see my text saying that I needed eggs until he was already back home. And then at that point he was just like, screw it, go get dinner. So I went and got Bojangles. And then yesterday I was supposed to make tacos. Taco Tuesday, I was supposed to make tacos. And I was actually looking forward to the tacos too. Every single time Christopher is home. I don't really have tortilla chips that often because I don't really use them that often. But anytime Christopher's home and I have tortilla chips, he takes them and he eats them as like a middle of the night snack. And I never realize it until after I've already gone grocery shopping and I come back from grocery shopping and I'm like, oh shoot, he ate all the tortilla chips. And I actually needed the tortilla chips for once. So I was like, great, now I need tortilla chips. And I told him that. And I was like, what did you even eat the tortilla chips with? He was like, cheese dip. And I'm like, you used my cheese dip. And he's like, I didn't eat it all. And I'm like, but you left it out all day. Like, he took the chips and cheese dip up to his room in the middle of the night and snacked on them and then went to bed. and brought the chips and cheese dip down at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, you've had this sitting out all day, like it's bad, and I'm not eating tacos without my cheese dip. So I was like, okay, I'll just have to stop and run in the store and get cheese dip and tortillas. Not tortillas, well, tortilla chips. After we get London from school, and Christopher's like, oh, I'm gonna go get my hair cut. I wonder if I have time to get my hair cut. And I'm like, you don't have time to get your hair cut before, but we could all go pick up London, and then you could go get your hair cut. And in my head, I'm like, and then we could stop, and I can just run into the store really quick. And then it came time for us to go get London, and he all of a sudden decided, nah, I don't really feel like going and getting my hair cut now. Never mind. And said, you could just go pick London up by yourself. By myself means with Jace. So, like, I was bringing Jace, and then I'd be picking London up. So it's like, I was planning on running into the store by myself while we were all out, and you could sit in the car with them. But now that you're not coming with us, I would have to stop after I get London and take 2 kids into the store with me just to grab these 2 things. And I really didn't feel like doing that. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'll just make him go back out by himself later. Because he never does. He's never the one that goes out and gets stuff. So I'm like, this time, I'm gonna make him run out and grab it. Because he's like, oh, you can just stop and get the stuff. You can just run in with the 2 kids, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, you don't understand how much more complicated it is to run into the store with children versus doing it by yourself. So I'm like, I don't feel like running to the store with 2 kids. Like, you can go by yourself before I cook dinner and get this stuff for me then. So I didn't pick it up, got home, a couple hours go by, it's about time to cook dinner, and I'm like, hey, you need to go get the chips and the cheese dip. And he's like, let's just get something. I don't really feel like having tacos. And I'm like, every time you're home on Tuesdays, I always either make quesadillas or I make tacos. And usually it ends up being quesadillas when he's home. And he's like, oh my god, we always have quesadillas. I don't really feel like having quesadillas all the time. So this time I made sure to be making tacos instead of quesadillas, because he's always like, I don't really feel like having quesadillas. It'd be fine if it was tacos. So I said, okay, this time I will make tacos. And then he goes, I'm not really feeling like tacos. I just had tacos the other day. And I'm like, you're kidding me. Like, I actually wanted the tacos. Anyways, he ended up going out and getting KFC, which was a huge mistake, by the way. We planned out this whole thing. It was like a big meal, and it was supposed to be like 2 large size family sides and like a bunch of chicken and then some chicken nuggets and everything. And I was like, whatever, I don't have to cook, cool. I'll cook tacos next Tuesday. It'll be fine. This story rant has turned way too long. And it's about nothing. It's about dumb stuff. But honestly, I'm just trying to distract myself from being depressed and miserable right now. So talking about my boring dinner plans that no one gives a shit about is what it is apparently right now. Anyways, he went to go get the KFC. Usually I always have to run out to get the dinner, but this time he was the one that he had to go do it. I was like, I ain't going to doing it. No, you can go get it. So he went out to get the KFC and comes back with nowhere near even enough food. Like, we were supposed to get a big bucket of chicken, a side of chicken, like 12 chicken nuggets, 2 large family sides. And he comes back with a bucket of chicken, not any nuggets, and 3 like personal sides, a coleslaw, a mac and cheese, and a mashed potato. And they're like the little teeny tiny things to feed 2 adults and 3 children. None of us even like coleslaw. Christopher ate the coleslaw. I'm like, this is not even what we were supposed to be getting. Like, this isn't even worth it. And it was like 30 bucks. 30 bucks for 6 pieces of chicken and 3 tiny sides. It was ridiculous. Like, that's why I don't really mess with KFC. I'd rather just have Bojangles, but we literally had Bojangles the night before. And I was just gonna grab McDonald's after dance tonight. But if we're not gonna go to dance, apparently I'm just gonna have to take all the kids back out. Too early to get it right now. And I'm not door dashing. I'm not spending $50 on McDonald's. I'll just have to deal with it. But like this, the thing with London being in school now is all of the coming and going from the house is driving me a bit insane. Like today, going out and getting dinner will mean that we are leaving the house 4 different times today. And I don't like that. I don't like having to come and go from the house so many times. Like getting the kids in and out of the car so many times is annoying. So had to do it to take London to school. Then we had to do it to go to the airport to drop Christopher off. Then we had to leave to come pick London up from school. And now later we're gonna have to leave to pick up dinner.
Right? She was trying to tell me that she's sitting in front, and I'm sorry.
Okay, we're going home. Go get your seat, please.
Is there more milk and some more chocolate?
Oh. How was your day?
Good.
Did you eat your lunch?
What lunch?
At school.
No.
You didn't eat lunch.
No.
Why not?
No.
What? London. Did you eat lunch? So you just didn't eat anything today? What did you do in PE?
Nothing.
You didn't do anything in PE? Do you just not want to talk to me? Okay. Such bad attitude this afternoon.
Is Dad going to come back for more?
I don't know.
When it's not a day that he goes to walk?
It'll probably be a while. Baby Shark. Paw Patrol. LOL. And Frozen.
I want Frozen.
London's teacher has asked for a family photo to hang up in their room, but like we don't have any recent ones really, especially not any printed with all of us. Hang on, buddy. Which one of these do you want to take into school? Which picture do you want to take into school?
Duplicate. I want a duplicate.
Put this in your book bag. I definitely need to go to bed early tonight.
Dada.
Give me love, give me all your love, give me all your love.